Faith is supposed to feel safe. It's supposed to heal. But for some of us, religion didn't bring peace. It brought pressure, guilt, fear, and shame. Maybe you were told who to be, what to feel, or who to love. And if you didn't, you were punished. If you've ever experienced any of this video is for you. This is called religious trauma. And I'm here to help you not let people take God from you or your higher power, energy, karma, whatever you want to call it. This video is for you so you can take back your power and experience the love that life has to give you. Because you see, faith is a superpower. It allows us to walk through life during the hard times, to embrace the good times, to be able to understand that logic keeps us from truly following our dreams. Because sometimes we need radical thoughts, radical belief to manifest our dream life, to heal, and to see what our purpose is here on earth. What's going on, guys? My name is Fausto Castellanos. I'm a clinical counselor, spiritual advisor, and motivational speaker. But most importantly, I'm somebody who's been through addiction, trauma, mental health, codependency, and a whole lot of other things. And I have experienced religious trauma. And I've worked with a lot of people who are going through that, where people use God for power instead of love. And so if you hear the God word and you're like, nope, this is not for me, you're not mad at God, you're mad at people. Because your perception of God is what the issue is. And I truly believe those who hurt the most heal the most. And there's a lot of people out there that claim to be gurus, life coaches, and healers who are hurting you more than helping you. And I'm somebody who's not only been through the pain, but I've walked through it the healthy way. I went to school to get educated, and I've worked with over tens of thousands of people due to a mentor of mine who allowed thousands of people a week to come to his house for free to find hope, to find healing, and to overcome their religious trauma. Keep in mind, I'm not here to tell you what you should believe. That's not me. See, I'm a spiritual person, not a religious person. I've traveled the world and have been able to experience different religions and different practices. And I'll tell you what, I got a very open mind, understanding that God is bigger than we think, and God comes in different forms, and God speaks different languages to meet us where we're at. So this is a safe space for us to come together to talk about this topic. Hopefully you'll find some healing and some clarity to move forward in your walk with your faith. So let's start off right here. What is religious trauma? Religious trauma happens when it's used for power, control, shame, or to erase someone's identity. It's not just spiritual, it's emotional, psychological, and even physical. It often includes fear-based teachings like punishment, sin, or you're going to hell. It can also stem from an authoritarian figure, which is somebody who is using it, again, like I said, to be in control, to have power over you. So they're using it in a very narcissistic way. Or it can be used in a form of manipulation. Spiritual manipulation is where, hey, if you do this, you're a bad person. If you do this, you're going to hell. So what you'll run into as I talk about these things is people are using spirituality to control you. So they can avoid looking at themselves to make you feel bad, to have power over you. And so people's brokenness grab onto spirituality as a way to hurt people and control people. And that's why a lot of times when you're younger, the person who first shows you what God is or spirituality is usually becomes a perception of how you see it. Now, some of us get more of a loving one, but a lot of us get a broken one. Now, right here is how to identify if you have religious trauma. You know what it is, but how do you know if it's affecting you? So right here, I'm going to bring some clarity and some points to see if it is affecting you. 1, you may feel deep shame around your sexuality, your emotions, or your desires. 2, you may panic or feel guilt when you have critical thinking or trying to set boundaries. 3, you may fear punishment if you were to walk away from your faith. 5, maybe you lost your identity when you left the church, when you left your faith, like you don't know who you are or what you're supposed to do. And the last one, maybe you're struggling with self-worth because people made you feel like the way that you were born and the way that you live is wrong. So having that mindset, you're slowly beating yourself up, making you feel shame, making you feel guilt like you're never enough. So here are some key points to kind of recognize and identify if you're carrying some religious trauma. One big one too is you might be like, you know what? Fuck God. Yeah, I use F word for that one because I'm trying to really enhance what I'm saying. But you might be mad at this concept of a God, right? You may become more hyper analytical, hyper logical, or even more scientific. And again, that's okay. But you find yourself being more resistant towards and angry at it, usually because of how it was shown to you. Now, before I get into the steps, how to heal your religious trauma, I just want to share a quick little story about me. So for me, I came into spirituality when I got clean and sober through AA. And it taught me to follow a God of your understanding, which was cool because it allowed me to kind of figure out like, what is God? What is a higher power? Is it real? Is it fake? How do I connect with it? How do I talk with it? How does it work? Right? There's a lot of confusion with it too, because it's something you cannot see. So I had to figure it out. And so for me, I was doing meditation. I was looking into Buddhism. I was looking into Christianity. I was trying church. I was reading the Bible. I was doing breath work. I was being of service, just trying different things, different diets, going on retreats, silent detoxes, all these different things. And what would happen is I would feel something. And whatever I felt, some sense of peace, some sense of hope, or I would see my prayers be answered, I was like, wow, maybe this thing is real. So I would latch on to different things that works for me. And so for me, what works for me is I ask for signs. Am I right where I need to be? Should I make this decision? And by asking for those signs for me helps guide me. Is it always right? I want to say yes, because even when it doesn't go my way, I learn when I look back at life is that it not going my way was going my way. And so I have a personal relationship with God. I connect with God in my room, at the gym, in the shower, while I'm driving. I don't have to go to church and I don't have to read the Bible to connect with my God. That's how it is for me. And I do ministry, and I do have a theological degree, and I also have a psychological degree. And I love God, and I love people. And I've learned for me is God meets you where you're at, speaks to you where you're at. God is bigger than a lot of things that we can even imagine. And it's a personal relationship, and nobody can take that from you. So don't let nobody take away who God is to you. That's a personal relationship. So be careful who you share it with, because some people are going to try to pull you away from it like they know better. And I always believe is love people where they're at. Don't try to change people where they're at. Act in love. Don't try to tell people what love is. That's just my belief. Oops, hit my mic. That's just my belief. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? But I'll tell you what, my life gets a lot better when I keep my relationship with God the way that works for me. And I have a healthy love life. I've been clean and sober for almost 8 years. I have a great job, a great life, a lot of friends, and I'm happy in life. Happier than I've ever been. So that's just a little bit about me. So now let's get into how to work through your religious trauma so you can have that personal relationship with your God, your higher power, whatever you want to call it. Number 1, give yourself permission to question. You're allowed to ask, does this belief still serve me? Questioning isn't rebellion. It's the beginning of a personal relationship. See, questions lead to answers, which is good. So you should question things. Don't let people make you feel bad for questioning things. It's a good thing. It's something important to you, so you want to question it. 2, don't let the person who showed you God give you a bad taste of God. So separate that. Don't let the people who hurt you or controlled you or shamed you in the power of God, don't let that get to you. Separate the people that showed you God that hurt you. You get to rebuild your faith on your terms and on your time. Don't let people's brokenness hurt you. Hurt people hurt people. And a lot of people will use religion to hurt others. It's not personal to you. That's just what they do to people. And number 3, find a safe community or a therapist to work through this. See, you're going to need somebody who's open-minded, understanding, and has experience so you can walk through this place safely. You want somebody who's encouraging you to seek God in your way. You don't want somebody who's trying to shame you or tell you what's right and wrong. Because again, what that's going to do is going to create more religious trauma. So find a safe community or a therapist or a person that really allows you to grow in your faith so you can discover what God is to you. So start asking God for messages. Be like, God, reveal yourself to me. Show me how to connect with you more. Show me how to know you more, whatever that is to you. And I promise you, God will meet you where you're at and speak to you. And think about it like this. To build a relationship with God is like building a relationship with a loved one. It takes time. You're going to have days where you feel on top of the world with the partner. You're going to have days where you're arguing with your partner. You're going to have days where you feel disconnected from your partner. You're going to have days where you feel connected with your partner. You're going to have seasons of ups and downs. That's how building a relationship with God is too. So just know that it's a journey. But the more that you do it, the more trust you'll have in your belief system. And the more trust that you have, the more faith you will have. So discover what it is to you. That's the journey. That's the fun, is you get to figure out what God is to you. And don't let anybody take that from you, because God is the best thing in the world when you figure out what that is to you. I've been able to overcome a lot of my obstacles by having faith that God is real in my life. And I want you to have that same faith for you so you can overcome whatever that you're going through today or that you will go through in the future. Now remember, this is not to shame the people who use God to control us or hurt us. No, it's just to bring clarity of what was really going on so then you can find your faith again. So in the comments below, what is something that you were taught about religion that shamed you, that hurt you, that tried to take from you? Remember, this is a safe space for us to heal. And I'm here to help you by giving free therapy in the comments. I will message you. I will respond to you. Let's take the time. If you feel safe enough and you're vulnerable enough to comment on there, I want to help you heal the way that someone helped me heal. And if you found this video helpful, I have more videos on my page to help you work through more things, like on self-sabotage, ADHD, addiction, codependency, boundaries, and a whole lot more to help you heal on your journey. Because remember, you don't have to do this alone. So remember, you matter, you are loved, and you are needed. So let's heal and grow together. And in the description, I'm going to put my ebook, How to Find Purpose in Your Pain, which is free for you guys, which is another form of healing so you can walk in purpose and take back your power.